Welcome back to Review Remedy, where we simplify healthcare decisions using trusted insights from ScoreDoc. Let's start with a question. Imagine you've just moved to Chicago. Or maybe you've lived here for years, but suddenly you chip a tooth, develop sensitivity, or simply realize it's been far too long since your last cleaning. You open Google and search for Best Dentist Near Me. Within seconds, you're looking at well over 100 dental clinics across the city. Downtown practices, neighborhood family dentists, cosmetic specialists, implant centers. Every clinic has reviews. Every website says they're the best. So where do you even begin? That's exactly why today's episode exists. We're discussing ScoreDoc's list of the 10 best dental clinics in Chicago, Illinois for 2026. Not to tell you which one to choose, but to help you narrow the list based on where you live, where you work, and the kind of dental care you're actually looking for. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for informational purposes only. It isn't medical advice or an endorsement of any clinic. Always verify insurance coverage, provider credentials, services offered, and appointment availability before making healthcare decisions.
One thing people often underestimate is how much convenience matters. The best dentist on paper may not be the best dentist for you if getting there means driving across Chicago every time you need a cleaning. Most people visit the dentist at least twice a year. That means location, accessibility, parking, and office hours become just as important as online ratings. Let's use today's list as a practical guide.
If you live or work in downtown Chicago, the Loop, or nearby business districts, you'll probably want to start by looking at Chicago Loop Dentistry. Its location makes it especially convenient for professionals who prefer scheduling appointments before work, during lunch breaks, or after office hours. Another downtown option worth researching is Skyline Smiles, which is also well-positioned for residents and professionals in the central part of the city. If convenience is your biggest priority, these clinics may be great places to begin your search. Now, suppose you live on the north side. Instead of commuting downtown every time you need a routine cleaning, you may want to focus your research on clinics closer to home. Practices like Webster Dental Care of Edison Park provide another option for residents living farther north. Reducing travel time often makes it much easier to stay consistent with preventive dental care.
Families usually have a different checklist. They're not only thinking about one appointment, they're thinking about years of dental care for children, parents, and sometimes even grandparents. That's where practices like Family Care Dental Group naturally stand out during your research. Another clinic many families may want to compare is Winterset Dental Care, especially if long-term routine dental care is your primary goal. Remember, every family's priorities are different. Some value evening appointments. Others prioritize insurance compatibility or proximity to schools and workplaces.
If your focus is aesthetics rather than routine care, your shortlist may look different. Maybe you've been thinking about veneers, maybe whitening, maybe improving your smile before a wedding or a major career event. For cosmetic-focused consultations, Smile Design Studio of Hyde Park is one of the clinics featured in today's ScoreDoc report and is certainly worth researching. Similarly, Enamel Dental Studio is another clinic many patients may consider when comparing practices that emphasize modern dental care and smile enhancement.
And then there are patients looking for something very specific. Perhaps you've delayed treatment for years. Maybe you're finally ready to address missing teeth or more extensive dental work. That's why it's useful to compare several clinics instead of calling the first one you find online. Every practice has different strengths, different treatment philosophies, and different patient experiences. Having 10 excellent options gives you room to compare rather than settle.
The remaining clinics on today's list are equally worth exploring. Allure Dental Chicago has earned a place in this year's ScoreDoc rankings. Sloop Dental is another practice included among Chicago's top-rated clinics. And Strobel Dentistry rounds out today's featured list. Rather than thinking of these rankings as first place through 10th place, think of them as 10 strong starting points, depending on your own priorities. Let's quickly recap today's featured clinics. Allure Dental Chicago, Chicago Loop Dentistry, Enamel Dental Studio, Family Care Dental Group, Skyline Smiles, Sloop Dental, Smile Design Studio of Hyde Park, Strobel Dentistry, Webster Dental Care of Edison Park, Winterset Dental Care.
If there's one takeaway from today's episode, it's this. Don't let the number of choices overwhelm you. Instead, narrow your search by asking 3 simple questions. First, which clinic is closest to where I live or work? Second, does the practice provide the type of dental care I actually need? And third, do I feel comfortable after my consultation? Those 3 answers will usually tell you far more than scrolling through hundreds of online reviews.
If you'd like provider profiles, clinic details, patient reviews, and additional information to help compare today's featured practices, visit the complete ScoreDoc report. It can save you hours of searching and help you begin your dental journey with confidence. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Review Remedy.
We'll meet you in the next one.
Until then, keep smiling, stay informed, and thanks for listening.